Hello, my dear students. Myself, CMA Padmaja Buzruk. Today's topic is underwriting of shares and debentures. We'll see illustrations of the topic underwriting of shares and debentures. Illustration 58. H Limited issued 20,000 shares which are underwritten as follows: A 12,000 shares, B 5,000 shares, and C 3,000 shares. That means there are three underwriters A, B, and C. Total issued capital is 20,000. Shares underwritten by A 12,000, by B 5,000, and by C 3,000 shares. 12 plus 5 plus 3 equals 20,000. This is how these 20,000 shares are underwritten by underwriters A, B, and C. Now this is nothing but the gross liability of underwriters. So gross liability ratio is 12,000 is to 5,000 is to 3,000, which is nothing but 12 is to 5 is to 3 is gross liability ratio, which is nothing but number of shares underwritten by them. Ratio of number of shares underwritten by them. The underwriters made application for firm underwriting as under A 1600 shares, B 600 shares, and C 2000 shares. These are firm underwriting. Firm underwriting is number of shares which the underwriters will purchase definitely, surely, irrespective of number of shares subscribed by for the general public. Definitely, surely, out of these 20,000 shares, A will subscribe 1600, B 600, and C 2000 shares. This is firm underwriting. Total firm underwriting is 4,200, 1600 plus 600 plus 2000. Total subscriptions excluding firm underwriting but including marked applications were 10,000 shares. Total subscriptions, that is total number of applications received, are 10,000, which include marked application but which does not include firm underwriting, that is these 4,200. Marked applications are those applications which bear the stamp of underwriters, and unmarked applications are those applications which do not bear the stamp of underwriters. Total number of applications received are 10,000. Marked applications were A 2000, B 4000, C 1000 shares. Out of 10,000 applications, whatever they have received, 2000 applications have A's stamp, 4000 applications have B's stamp, and 1000 applications have C's stamp. These are marked applications. Total of marked applications 7,000. 2 plus 4 plus 1. You are required to show the allocation of liability of underwriters. Now, what is the liability of underwriter? Issued capital is 20,000. Applications received are 10,000. 20 minus 10, 10,000 is underwriter's total liability. Out of that, firm underwriting is 4,200. They have already agreed to take 4,200 shares. So remaining is their underwriter's liability. See, total applications received 10,000 less marked application. Just now we have seen marked applications are 7,000, unmarked applications are 3,000. Issued capital 20,000, applications received 10,000 minus firm underwriting 4,200. Therefore, underwriters liability 5,800. Total liability of underwriters is firm underwriting plus the underwriting which we have just now calculated, underwriters liability 4,200 plus 5,800. total liability of underwriters is 10,000. This is nothing but issued capital 20,000, applications received 10,000, underwriters total liability is 10,000. Now you are supposed to show this in a statement how this 5,800, issued capital is 20,000, applications received 10,000, they have agreed upon to take 4,200 shares, remaining 5,800, how this will be shared between or among A, B and C. Who will take the responsibility of 5,800 shares? That you are supposed to find out. Statement of underwriter's liability. Figures in number of shares. A, B and C are underwriters. This is total gross liability which is given. 12,000 shares A will take, 5,000 shares of B and 3,000 shares of C. This gross liability is given. Total issued capital is 20,000. Less unmarked applications in the ratio of gross liability. Gross liability ratio is 12:5:3. Unmarked applications are to be distributed in the ratio of gross liability. Just now we have seen total applications received are 10,000. Out of that, marked applications are 7,000. So unmarked applications are 3,000. These 3,000 to be distributed in the ratio 12:5:3. 1,800, 750 and 450 deducted from gross liability. Resulting figure is 10,200, 4250, 2550. After deducting unmarked applications, deduct marked applications which is given. Marked applications are given individually. 2,000 A, 4,000 B, 1,000 C, total 7,000. 10,200 minus 2,000 is 8,200. 4250 minus 4,000 is 250. 2550 minus 1,000 is 1550. From this deduct firm underwriting. This is also given. 1,600 of A, 600 of B and 2,000 of C. 8,200 minus 1,600 is 6,600. 250 minus 600 is minus 350. 1,550 minus 2,000 is minus 450. Now, if you see here, these two B and C, they have got negative figures. Add these two and give it to A. Minus 350 minus 450 is minus 800. So A, below A, write minus 800 plus 350 plus 450. So 6,600 minus 800 is 5,800. Minus 350 plus 350 is 0. Minus 450 plus 450 is 0. So this liability of underwriters liability 5,800. Who will share this? It will be taken over only by A. So 5,800 shares which are not taken over by public will be the responsibility of A, will be the liability of A. In this we will add firm underwriting which they have definitely decided to purchase 1,600, 600 and 2,000. So total of A's liability is 5,800 plus 1,600, 7,400. B's liability is 600, C's liability is 2,000. Total liability of underwriters is 10,000. 4,200 firm underwriting, 5,800 is the liability of underwriters which arised because these shares were not subscribed for by the public. Now we'll go to illustration 55. N Limited issued 80,000 equity shares which were underwritten as follows. 80,000 is issued capital. A 48,000, B 20,000, C 12,000. Gross liability ratio is 48,000 is to 20,000 is to 12,000 divided by 4,000. Gross liability ratio is 12:5:3. Above mentioned underwriters made application for form underwriting as follows. This is form underwriting. A 6,400, B 8,000, C 2,400. Total form underwriting is 16,800. Add this 3, you will get 16,800. Total application excluding form underwriting, excluding these, but including marked applications were 40,000 equity shares. Total applications received are 40,000. Issued capital is 80,000. Underwriter's total liability will be 80 minus 40 is 40. Marked applications were A 8,000, B 10,000, C 4,000. Total of the marked applications are addition of these three is 22,000. Number of applications received 40,000. Out of that, marked applications are 22,000. The underwriting contract provides that underwriters be given credit for form applications and that credit for unmarked applications be given in proportion to shares underwritten. Underwriting contract provide that underwriters given credit for form application. We have seen this note about this in our theory topic, theory part of audio. Now unmarked applications to be given in the proportion of shares underwritten, that is gross liability. Normally we distribute unmarked applications in the ratio of gross liability only. Just see this working note. The underwriting contract provide that underwriters be given credit for form applications. When credit or benefit for form underwriting is given to underwriters, then form underwriting shall be deducted from the gross liability along with marked applications and unmarked applications, and after determining the liability on account of underwriting, the form applications are added. That is what we did in the first illustration which we have solved earlier to this. When question is silent about whether benefit of form underwriting is given to underwriters or not, then in that case it is always assumed that they will be getting benefit of form underwriting. In the absence of information, any information, always you are supposed to assume that underwriters are getting credit for form application. Statement showing liability of underwriters, gross liability 80,000, this is given. First deduct unmarked applications. Unmarked applications are 18,000. Total applications received 40,000. Less marked applications 22,000. Therefore unmarked applications are 18,000. Unmarked applications are to be distributed in the ratio of gross liability 48 is to 20 is to 12. Then marked applications, it is given 8,000, 10,000, 4,000, deduct it. Then deduct form underwriting, which is also given 6,400, 8,000, 2,400. In after deducting this, B is showing negative 2,500. Then what you are supposed to do, B's negative 2,500 is to be distributed between A and C in the ratio of gross liability. What is the gross liability ratio of A and C? 48 and 12. 48 is to 12. That is 4 is to 1. 2,500 negative. So right below 2,500 positive, and this negative is to be distributed between A and C in the ratio 4 is to 1 minus 2,000 minus 500. So 22,800 minus 2,000 is 20,800 minus 2,500 plus 2,500 is 0. 2,900 minus 500 is 2,400. Then add form underwriting, which is also given. So total liability is 27,200 for A, 8,000 for B and 4,800 for C. Issued capital is 80,000, applications received are 40,000 minus form underwriting 16,800. Therefore, underwriters liability 23,200. See this 23,200. How they will be sharing 23,200? A 20,800 and C 2,400. Addition is 23,200. Total liability of underwriters is 40,000, 16,800 firm plus 23,200 which is not taken over by public. Total is 40,000. So in this is total 23,200 taken over by A and C plus firm underwriting 40,000. This is the total liability of A, B and C 40,000. Alternatively, that is one more method what you can do is from gross liability. First they have deducted firm underwriting, then marked form, then unmarked form. Finally, firm underwriting is to be added back. Net liability will be same. So even if you first deduct unmarked, then marked, then firm underwriting and add firm underwriting, or you can deduct first firm underwriting, then marked application, then unmarked application and add firm underwriting, it will be one and same. Now see illustration 60. A Limited with a capital of rupees 10 lakhs divided into equity shares of rupees 10 each places its entire issue on the market and the whole issue has been underwritten as follows. Name of the underwriters and number of shares taken over by them. Capital is rupees 10 lakh. Equity shares of 10 each. That means 1 lakh shares of 10 each. 1 lakh shares into 10 makes 10 lakhs. These are the underwriters and they have underwritten, they have decided to underwrite these shares 30,000, 35,000, 10,000, 15,000, 2,000 and 8,000. If you add all this, you will get 1 lakh, that is issued capital. Now this is the ratio of gross liability. 30 is to 35 is to 10 is to 15 is to 2 is to 8. All marked forms are to go in relief of the liabilities of the underwriter whose name they bear. The share underwritten firm are also to be set off against liabilities of the underwriters. The application received in marked form is as follows. That means marked applications they have given here. So total marked applications are 58,000. Addition of all these are marked applications. Total is 58,000. Application for 20,000 shares are received on unmarked forms. 58,000 marked applications, 20,000 unmarked applications. Therefore, total number of applications received are 78,000 marked plus unmarked. In addition, there is a form underwriting by the underwriters. These are the form underwritings given for each and every underwriter. If you add all this, total form underwriting is 17,000. Calculate the liability of individual underwriter. What is issued capital? 1 lakh. How many applications they have received? 78,000. 1 lakh minus 78,000 is total liability of underwriters, but form underwriting is 17,000. So issued capital minus applications received minus form underwriting. Underwriters liability is 5,000, that is shares which are not taken over by the public, as well as form underwriting. 5,000 is liability. Now we have to check out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 underwriters who will take these 5,000 shares. Total liability of underwriters 17,000 plus 5,000 which is equal to 22,000. Statement showing underwriters liability figures, number of shares, gross liability ratio 30, 35, 10, 15, 2 and 8. Gross liability which is given minus unmarked applications. Unmarked applications they have given 20,000 which is to be distributed in this ratio, 20,000 in the ratio of, or you can just calculate 30% of 20,000, 35% of 20,000, 10% of 20,000, 15% of 20,000, 2% of 20,000, and 8% of 20,000. Unmarked applications to be distributed in the ratio of gross liability. Then marked applications, which is given, deduct it. First underwriter is getting negative, all are positive. So now if you distribute this minus 1000 to all this in the ratio of 35, 10, 15, 2 and 8, it will be complicated. So what is done here is, instead of distributing this negative, they have deducted firm underwriting, which is given. So the net answer is here minus 1500 minus 1000 minus 500 is minus 1500. That is how they have calculated for everyone. And you have got three negative figures, 1500, 4500 and 400. So minus 1500, minus 4500 and minus 400, all these negative, if you add, you get minus 6400. It is to be distributed among the underwriters who have got positive figure, that is P, M and SA, in the ratio of gross liability, that is 35, 15 and 8. 35 is to 15 is to 8, 6400 is to be distributed. Now if you see here, minus 1500, right here plus 1500, minus 4500, right here plus 4500, minus 400 plus 400. So all these three will become 0, plus minus cancels out. And 6000 minus 6400 is to be distributed in the ratio 35 is to 15 is to 8. 35 plus 15 plus 8 is 58. So 6400 divided by 58 into 35. 6400 divided by 58 into 15. 6400 divided by 58 into 8. Distribute this. This has become again minus 862. This has become minus 483. Make it positive. Minus and plus will become 0. Plus 483 plus 862. Now only one M is having positive. So add these two and deduct it from M. So all will become 0 except M. 6345 minus 1345 is 5000. This liability of 5000 shares which are not taken over by public will take over by M. In this, add firm underwriting and you will get total liability 500, 1500, 7000. These are firm underwriting. M 8000, 5000 plus 3000 firm. N only firm underwriting. SA only firm underwriting 4000. Total liability is 22,017 plus 5000. Now go to illustration 61. L Limited came up with an issue of 20 lakh equity shares of 10 each at par. 5 lakh equity shares were issued to promoters and the balance offered to the public was underwritten by three underwriters, P, G and K equally. So gross liability ratio is equal 1:1:1. Issued capital is 20 lakh equity shares. 5 lakhs were taken over by promoters. Therefore, underwriter's responsibility is only 15 lakh shares. 20 lakhs minus 5 lakhs. Excluding firm underwriting of 50,000 shares each. So what is firm underwriting? 50,000 shares each. 50,000 into 3. 1,50,000 is firm underwriting. Subscription totaled 12,97,000 shares, including marked form, which were as under: P 4,25,000, G 4,50,000, and K 3,50,000 shares. These are marked applications. So total marked applications are, add these three, 12,25,000, Therefore, unmarked applications are 12,97,000 minus 12,25,000. Unmarked applications are 72,000. Each of the underwriter had applied for number of shares covered by firm underwriting. This is very important. Each of the underwriter had applied for number of shares covered by firm underwriting. Now what is firm underwriting? 50,000 shares each. They had applied for these 50,000 shares each. That means they have paid application money for firm underwriting. The amount payable on application and allotment were rupees 2.50 and rupees 2 respectively. That is, on application they are supposed to pay rupees 2.50 and on allotment they are supposed to pay rupees 2. And agreed commission was 5%. Commission is always to be calculated on the entire issue. That is, in this particular case they will be getting commission on 15 lakh shares because underwriters do not get commission on the shares taken over by promoters. So on 15 lakh gross liability, that is 5 lakhs each. So what will be the commission? 5 lakh shares into 10 into 5%. That will be the commission payable to each and every underwriter. Pass summary journal entries for allotment of shares to the underwriters. Commission due to each of them, net cash paid and or received. Unmarked application is to be credited to underwriters equally. Unmarked applications we have just now calculated 72,000. It is to be credited equally. See, their gross liability is equal, so unmarked applications are to be distributed in gross liability. In the absence of this information, also unmarked applications are to be distributed in ratio of gross liability, that is in this particular case equally. Total liability of underwriters. We'll see how it is to be calculated. Issued capital is 20 lakhs minus issued to promoters 5 lakhs. Therefore, underwriters' responsibility is 15 lakhs. Applications received are 12 lakhs 97,000 minus firm underwriting 1 lakh 50,000. Therefore, underwriters' liability is 53,000. 53,000 not taken over by public and which is not taken over by underwriters as firm underwriting. So 53,000 is underwriters liability, but underwriters total liability is 1,50,000 firm and 53,000 which is not taken over by public. 2,03,000 is total liability of underwriters. Now you can prepare this statement. This is very simple. From gross liability, deduct unmarked application, deduct marked application, deduct firm underwriting. If there is any negative figure, distribute it between the underwriters having positive figure in the ratio of gross liability, and you will get the final answer 2,03,000. 53,000 is the liability which is not taken over by public, which will take over by K as per these calculations. Add firm underwriting. So total liability of underwriters P 50,000, G 50,000, K 1,03,000, total is 2,03,000. Amount due up to allotment at 4.50 per share. Application plus allotment is 4.50. 50,000 into 4.5. 50,000 into 4.5. 1,03,000 into 4.5. This is due. But they have already paid for firm underwriting 50,000 into 2.5. 1,25,000. All of three of them have already paid along with application. So net amount due from underwriters is this minus this 1 lakh, 1 lakh and 3,38,500. Now what is the commission due? Commission is always to be paid on the gross liability. Gross liability is 5 lakh shares for each and every underwriter. Face value is 10, 5 lakhs into 10, 50 lakhs, 5% of that. Each and every underwriter is entitled to get 2,50,000 commission. 2,50,000, 2,50,000, 2,50,000. 1 lakh is due from underwriter, 2,50,000 is due to underwriter. So net amount due to underwriter is 1,50,000. Here also same. In this particular case, underwriter is supposed to pay 3,38,000. 500 to company, and company is supposed to pay 2,50,000 to underwriter. That means company will collect 88,500 from underwriter. 1,50,000 will go out of company's account. Company will pay to underwriter. Here also company will pay to underwriter. P and G will get 1,50,000 from company, whereas K will pay 88,500 to company. Now we'll see journal entries. Bank account debit to equity share application account 1,50,000 into 2.5, being application money received on firm application for 2.50 per share from P, G and K. Firm applications are 50,000 each, total 1,50,000 into 2.5. They have paid application money, bank to equity share application. Now P's allotment money is due 50,000 into 2 firm applications. G's allotment money is due 50,000 into 2, whereas K's allotment money is due on 50,000 shares, 50,000 into 2 plus 53,000 shares which he has taken because public has not subscribed for it. 4.50 is due, application plus allotment. So 50,000 into 2 is 1,50,000 into 2 is 1,50,000 into 2 plus 53,000 into 4.5 is 3,38,500. Equity share application account debit 3,75,000. This you are crediting equity share application. Now you will debit here to equity share capital account 9,13,500. 2,03,000 is total liability of underwriters multiplied by 4.5. Application plus allotment. Underwriting commission due entry is underwriting commission account debit to P, to G, to K, 2,50,000. Now P and G will get from company. P's account debit 1,50,000, G's account debit 1,50,000 to bank 3 lakh, whereas the company will get from K 88,500, bank account debit to K 88,500, 3,38,500 minus 2,50,000. 2,50,000 is this. This is how you are supposed to pass journal entries. Now we'll go to illustration 62. P Limited planned to set up a unit for manufacture of bulk drugs. For the purpose of financing the unit, the board of directors have issued 15 lakh equity shares of 10 each. 30% of the issue was reserved for promoters and balance was offered to the public. So underwriter's responsibility is 70% of 15 lakhs, 30% is for promoters. So 70% is for underwriters. 70% of 15 lakhs is 10 lakhs 50,000. A, B and C have come forward to underwrite the public issue in the ratio of 3:1:1. This is the gross liability ratio. 3:1:1. So they will take this responsibility of 10,50,000 shares in the ratio 3:1:1 and also agreed for firm underwriting of 30,000, 20,000, 10,000 shares respectively. This is firm underwriting 30,000, 20,000 and 10,000. So total firm underwriting is 60,000. The underwriting commission was fixed at 4%. Underwriting commission is payable on gross liability. The amount payable on application was 2.50 per share. The details of subscription are marked form of A, marked form of B, marked form of C. So if you add this, you will get total marked applications which are 9 lakhs. Unmarked forms are 50,000 shares. So total number of applications received are 9,50,000. Why? Because marked applications are 9 lakh, unmarked applications are 50,000. So total applications received are 9,50,000. From the above, you are required to show Allocation of liability among underwriters with workings. Also pass journal entries in the books of the company for underwriters' net liability and receipt or payment of cash to or from underwriters. Determine the liability towards the payment of commission to underwriters. What is issued capital? 15 lakhs. How much is issued to promoters? 30%, that is 4 lakh 50,000. Therefore, underwriters' responsibility is 10 lakhs 50,000. How many applications they have received? 9 lakh 50,000. 15 lakhs minus 4 lakh 50,000 minus 9 lakh 50,000 minus firm underwriting. What is firm underwriting? 60,000. Therefore, underwriters' liability is 40,000. And total of underwriters' liability is 60,000 plus 40,000. 60,000 is firm underwriting and 40,000 is the shares which are not taken over, which are not subscribed for by the public. So total underwriters liability is 60 plus 41 lakh 60,000. You know firm underwriting is already given 30, 20 and 10, but you are supposed to find out these 40,000 shares who will take the responsibility of this, whose liability is this 40,000 shares, whether it is of A, B or C. For this we will prepare the statement. Gross liability 3 is to 1 is to 1, 1 lakh 80,000 is printing mistake, make it 10 lakh 50,000. 10 lakh 50,000 is to be distributed in the ratio 3 is to 1 is to 1. So gross liability 6 lakhs 30,000, 2 lakh 10,000, 2 lakh 10,000. Deduct marked applications, unmarked application and firm underwriting. Now these marked application, again here printing mistake, it is 5 lakhs 50,000. If you get any negative figure, it is to be distributed among the underwriters who are having positive figure in the ratio of gross liability. So after doing all these calculations, 40,000 shares, A's liability is 5,000, C's liability is 35,000. Add firm underwriting. So total liability of A is 35, total liability of B is 20, total liability of C is 45, 1 lakh. 60,000 firm underwriting already given, 40,000 not taken over by public. A's liability 5,000, C's liability 35,000. Now amount receivable from and payable to underwriters. Total liability just now we have calculated. Amount due at the rate of 2.50, 35,000 into 2.5, 20,000 into 2.5, 45,000 into 2.5. But underwriter would have already paid for firm underwriting at 2.50 per share. Firm underwriting is 30,000, 20,000, 10,000. 30,000 into 2.5, 20,000 into 2.5, 10,000 into 2.5. This they have already paid. So net balance due is this minus this 12,500, nil and 87,500. Commission payable by the company. Gross liability 6 lakhs 30,000 shares. Face value of share is 10 into 4%. 2 lakh 10,000 shares into 10 into 4%. 2 lakh 10,000 into 10 into 4%. Company is supposed to pay him 2 lakh 52,000. Balance due from him is 12,500. So company will pay him 2 lakh 39,500. For B, nothing is due from him. Company is supposed to pay him 84,000 as commission. In case of C, he is supposed to pay 87,500. Company is supposed to give him commission 84,000. So company will collect from him the balance amount 3,500. This company will receive and these two company will pay. Journal entries in the books of company relating to underwriters only. Bank account debit to equity share capital. Paying allotment of shares against amount received towards subscription for firm underwriting 30,000, 20,000, 10,000 shares respectively from A, B and C at 2.5. So this is nothing but 60,000 shares into 2.50 per share they have received bank to equity share application. A's account debit 5,000 into 2.5, C's account debit 35,000 into 2.5 to equity share capital. A's liability is 5,000 shares, which is not taken over by public. C's liability is 35,000 shares, not taken over by public. Total is 40,000. This we have seen. To share capital 1 lakh. Underwriting commission due. Underwriting commission account debit to A, to B, to C. This is commission due. Company will have to pay to A and B. We have seen this in the earlier statement. A's account debit 2,39,000, B's account debit 84,000 to bank 3,23,500, and company will collect from C bank account debit to C's account 3,500. Now go to illustration 59. B Limited issued to public 1,80,000 equity shares of 100 each at par. Rupees 50 per share was payable along with application and balance on allotment. The issue was underwritten equally by L, M and N for a commission of 3%. Gross liability is equal 1:1:1. They agreed for firm underwriting 10,000 each. Total firm underwriting is 30,000. 10 plus 10 plus 10. Application for 1,40,000 shares excluding firm underwriting were received as follows. Marked application of L, M and N, and these are unmarked application. If you add this, you will get 1,40,000 total number of applications received. Compute underwriter's liability and the amount payable or receivable. Issued capital is applications received are 1,40,000. So underwriter's total liability is 40,000, but firm underwriting is 10,000. So underwriter's liability for the shares which are not applied for by public, which are not subscribed for public is 10,000, and total liability of underwriters is 30 plus 10. 30 is firm underwriting, 40,000. Firm underwriting we know all of them have taken 10,000 each. This 10,000 we are now supposed to find out who will take this 10,000. How will they share this? By the statement, by preparing the statement. Gross liability equally 60, 60, 60, 1,80,000. Deduct unmarked applications, marked application, firm underwriting. If you get any negative figure, you know now how it is to be done. And finally, net liability of M is 2,750, N is 7,250, total 10,000 shares which are not taken over by public will be shared between M and N. M will take 2,750 shares, N will take 7,250 shares. L will not take any shares. Add form underwriting. Total liability is 10,000, 12,750 and 17,250. Amount due 50 per share on application, multiply by 50, and commission 60,000 into 100 into 3%, 1,80,000 in all the three cases. Net amount due from underwriters. This is due from underwriters. This company is supposed to pay. So net amount due from underwriters. Note, it is assumed that underwriters have not paid application money on firm underwriting. In the earlier examples, what we have done, after finding out net amount due, we have deducted the amount from firm application, assuming that they have paid on firm underwriting. But as per this solution, they are not showing it, so we'll have to write a note. It is assumed that underwriters have not paid application money on firm underwriting. Otherwise, what are you supposed to do is calculate this amount at 50 per share, deduct firm underwriting 10,000 into application money, assuming that they have paid, remaining will be due, and find out whether the amount is due from underwriters or due to underwriters. And they have considered only application money, allotment money is also not taken into consideration. So you can do it on your own and go through the previous answers so that you'll come to know how it is to be done and pass the journal entries accordingly. Now go to illustration 56. A joint stock company resolved to issue 10 lakh equity shares of 10 each at a premium of 1 per share. So issue price is 10 plus 1, which is 11. 1 lakh of these shares were taken up by directors of the company, their relatives, associates, and friends, the entire amount being received forthwith. Out of 10 lakh issued capital, 1 lakh are taken over by directors, relatives, associates, and company has received the amount on these 1 lakh shares. Therefore, the underwriter's responsibility will be only 9 lakh shares, 10 lakhs minus 1 lakh. Remaining shares were offered to the public, the entire amount being asked for with application. Entire amount is 10 plus 1. Issue price is 11. Issue was underwritten by PQ and R for a commission of at the rate of 2% of the issue price. 65% of the issue was underwritten by P, while Q's and R shares were 25% and 10% respectively. Therefore, gross liability ratio is 65%, 25% and 10%. Firm underwriting was as follows: P 30,000 shares, Q 20,000 shares, R 10,000 shares. Therefore, total firm underwriting is 60,000. Underwriters were to submit unmarked applications for shares underwritten firm with full application money along with members of the general public. So underwriters were to submit unmarked applications for shares underwritten firm with full application money. Along with general public, they are also supposed to pay full application money. Marked applications were as follows: P 1,19,500 shares, Q 57,500 shares, R 10,500 shares. These are marked applications. So if you add these three, total marked applications are 1,87,500. Unmarked applications totaled 7 lakh shares. Marked applications are 1,87,500. Unmarked applications are 7 lakhs. Therefore, total application received are 8,87,500. Marked application include firm underwriting. You are required to prepare a statement calculating underwriter's liability for shares other than shares underwritten firm. So other than firm underwriting, which is 60,000, what is the liability of underwriters that you are supposed to find out? Pass journal entries for all the transactions including cash transactions. Now issued capital is 10 lakh, issued to promoters is 1 lakh. Therefore underwriters responsibility is 9 lakh. Applications received are 8,87,500. Therefore underwriters liability is 12,500. If you see total of the firm underwriting is 60,000, if you deduct 60,000 from here, you will get negative figure. That is the reason why we have assumed here that marked applications include firm underwriting. Whatever they have given here, marked application against each and every underwriter, it includes firm underwriting. So you need not deduct separately firm underwriting. Otherwise, your answer will be wrong and you will get negative balance. Statement showing underwriter's liability for shares other than shares underwritten firm. Other than shares underwritten firm is nothing but other than firm underwriting. Gross liability 9 lakh shares in the ratio 65%, 25%, 10% minus marked applications, which is already given. Marked includes firm also, minus unmarked application So underwriters liability 12,500 just now we have seen, which is not taken over by public. So if you get a negative figure, it is to be distributed between the underwriters who are having positive balances in the ratio of gross liability, which is 65 is to 10. So net liability is P 4000 and R 8500. Liability of underwriters is 12,500 shares, which is not taken over by public. P's liability is 4,000, R's liability is 8,500 shares. They are supposed to pay at the rate of 11 per share, 4,000 into 11, 8,500 into 11. And underwriter commission payable is gross liability 5,85,000 into 11 into 2%, 2,25,000 into 11 into 2%, 90,000 into 11 into 2%. That is how you will get commission. Net amount payable is difference in these two. P will get 84,700, Q will get 49,500 and R 19,800. He was supposed to get commission, but he was supposed to pay to the company 93,500. So R is supposed to pay to the company 73,700. Bank account debit to equity share application, promoters contribution. 1 lakh shares were taken over by promoters and they have paid the amount company has received from promoters. Bank to equity share application 1 lakh into 11. Bank account debit to equity share application, number of applications received 8,87,500 into 11. Now this equity share application will be transferred to equity share capital as well as securities premium. 10 rupees out of this 11, 10 rupees will be transferred to capital, 1 rupee will get transferred to securities premium account. Equity share application account debit, that is addition of these two, 11 lakhs plus 97 lakhs 62,500. Equity share application credit in first two entries, now you will debit it. P's account debit 44,000, R's account debit 93,500. This is nothing but number of shares they have taken up which are not taken over by public multiplied by the amount they are supposed to pay 11 per share. To equity share capital 10 lakhs into 10 total issued capital. To securities premium 10 lakh into 1 securities premium amount. Underwriting commission debit to P to Q to R. Bank account debit to R, company will receive from R, and P's account debit, Q's account debit to bank, company will pay the amount to P and Q. This is X, Y and Z is not correct. It should be P, Q and R in the narration. Wrongly given X, Y and Z. Just make changes here. Go to illustration 57. Maruti Limited came out with an issue of 45 lakh equity shares of 10 each at a premium of 2 per share. Issue price is 10 plus 2, which is 12. The promoters took 20% of the issue and balance was offered to the public. Issue was equally underwritten by ABC. Gross liability is equal 1 is to 1 is to 1. Underwriter's responsibility will be 80% of 45 lakhs, which is equal to 36 lakhs shares. Each underwriter took firm underwriting of 1 lakh shares each. 1 lakh share each is firm underwriting. Total firm underwriting is 3 lakhs. Subscription for 31 lakh equity shares were received with marked forms for the underwriters as given below. A, B and C 28 lakh 75,000 shares they have received which bear the stamp of underwriters marked form. Therefore, unmarked applications are 31 lakhs minus 28 lakhs 75,000, which is equal to 2 lakhs 25,000, which is to be distributed in the ratio of gross liability, which is equal. Underwriters are eligible for a commission of 5%. Entire amount towards share subscription has to be paid along with application. Entire amount 10 plus 2 is to be paid with application. We are required to compute underwriter's liability, number of shares, compute the amount payable or due to underwriter, pass necessary journal entries in the books of Maruti Limited relating to underwriting. Issued capital is 45 lakhs minus 20% issued to promoters, 9 lakhs issued to promoters. So 36 lakhs is underwriter's responsibility minus they have received 31 lakhs applications minus firm underwriting 3 lakhs. Underwriter's liability is 2 lakhs. 2 lakh shares are not taken over by public as well as which is not taken over by underwriters as firm underwriting. So total liability of underwriters is 3 lakh plus 2 lakh, which is equal to 5 lakhs. Gross liability equally 36 lakhs minus firm underwriting minus marked applications minus unmarked applications. Like this they have done, but I just want you to do it. Gross liability minus unmarked applications minus marked applications and minus firm underwriting. You will get the same answer. So total liability of A is 257,500, B is 142,500 and C is 1 lakh. So if you add this, net liability excluding firm underwriting is 2 lakhs. That is what we have seen here. Underwriter's liability is 2 lakhs. A will take 1,57,500, B will take 42,500, total is 2 lakhs. Firm underwriting is 1 lakh each. So this is the total liability. Liability towards shares to be subscribed at 12 per share, 30 lakhs 90,000, 17 lakhs 10,000 and 12 lakhs. Less commission 5% on 12 lakhs at 12 each. Commission is payable on issue price, that is 12. Each one has taken 12 lakh shares, underwritten 12 lakh shares. On that they will be getting commission 12 lakhs into 12, 5% of that. Net amount to be paid by underwriters. Now this is to be paid by underwriters. It is assumed that underwriters have not paid application money on firm underwriting. Firm underwriting is 1 lakh shares each. In this particular case, we have assumed that they have not paid application money on firm underwriting because liability we have calculated total liability multiplied by 12. 1 lakh into 12, 1,42,500 into 12, 257,500 into 12. This was due from underwriters. This is due to underwriters as commission. This is the net amount to be paid by underwriters, assuming that they have not paid application money on firm underwriting. Underwriting commission account debit to A, to B, to C. This is underwriting commission due 7 lakhs 20,000 each. A account debit, B account debit, C account debit. To equity share capital 5 lakhs into 10. To securities premium 5 lakhs into 2, 50 lakhs and 10 lakhs, 60 lakhs. Bank account debit to A, to B, to C, being the amount received towards the share allotted to underwriters less underwriting commission due to them. This is how journal entries are to be passed. Thank you.